Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Author D Spice, and in this video I keep talking about different manifestation techniques. Now today's manifestation technique is known as non-alignment leads to expansion. Now often what happens is when we are non-aligned, we often get confused as to why we step out of alignment, and we just get a bit withdrawn, restless, anxious, etc. So we can actually make the best use when we are in that state. Now how to do it, I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, now before that I just want to make one small announcement, and that's about yesterday I have released a new book, and it's known as Ashes on Wall Street. I'm not even sure if it has come on Amazon yet because it just gets dispatched and it takes its own time to deliver, but it's available at Ukiyo-e stores. Now for this time I have decided that I'll give away for free the first 15 who I'm randomly selecting out of the whole lot, and deliver it to your home address. So if your home address is in India anywhere, and if you're the person in my list who are responding earlier, and if the slot is still there, you can get a free book from me. Okay, a free book from me, and the name of the book is Ashes on Wall Street. I will see if I can push some link or something on prior to this video or whatever, but yeah, that's it. Okay, this is the announcement that I wanted to do. Now let's get back to the law of attraction. Manifestation technique is known as non-alignment leads to expansion. Okay, now the step one is anxious thoughts are the thoughts that are out of alignment. We all know this. So when we are anxious, worried, upset, depressed, we are somewhere out of alignment, because anxious thoughts are competing with thoughts of well-being, but they also give birth to even better thoughts of well-being. Have you even observed that after you are having all these kind of confusion, and you expand a little more and you get a diverse version of what you want? So anxious thoughts in itself is not to be afraid of. Like, you don't have to be afraid of having these anxious thoughts, but you have to get out of it. But when you're having these anxious thoughts, you need to know it's always competing with your well-being. Okay, so step one is anxious thoughts are the thoughts that are out of alignment, and anxious thoughts are competing with thoughts of well-being, but they also give birth to even better thoughts of well-being. Okay, so this is step one. Now step two is use the power of focus to get into alignment and then follow whatever inspiration comes. Now use your power of focus. You focus on what you want. Okay, use that power to focus on what you want and get into alignment. Okay, and once you are in alignment, you follow whatever inspiration that comes to you at that point in time, whatever step you want to take. Come into alignment and then take the step. Okay, so when you quiet your mind, resistance goes away and alignment comes into place. So you need to start from a point where you are quietening your mind so that all the resistance of the thoughts of different kinds of anxious thoughts go away. So when you quiet your mind, resistance goes away and alignment comes into place. Okay, so this is step two. Now step three is, instead of going off to sleep, meditate. Okay, now there are different ways in which you can come to alignment. There are very, very easy ways that I said. Sometimes the easiest way would be to just go off to sleep, take a nap, and then come. But what happens is when you take a nap and get up, the momentum is still there. It's just that it has paused for some time. Okay, so the better way of dealing with this and coming into alignment is meditation. So meditation is way better than taking a nap, okay, to come into alignment. So step three is, instead of going off to sleep, meditate. Meditation takes you to a higher vibration. Once you are aligned, then you start milking these thoughts and stay longer there. Okay, once you are aligned, you can make use of anything. You can dream about things. You can meditate. You can meditate and come there. You can distract yourself. You can ignore all the unwanted things and focus on the wanted, and then raise your vibration. You can listen to music. That's one of the ways to raise your vibration. So instead of going off to sleep, meditate. Meditation takes you to a higher vibration, and once you're aligned, then you be in that way. Just keep on, milking those thoughts, and see how much you can stay longer in that stage. Okay, in that stage of where you are in alignment. See, the longer you are in, the more faster that you are attracting the frequency. More matches happen to your frequency wherever you are in. Okay, so make this vibration active until that becomes the dominant one and the easiest one to get into alignment with who you are. Okay, so what happens is when you now get into alignment by making use of meditation, you start it becomes something like your it more, and the more you keep practicing these thoughts of getting into alignment, the faster it is for you to step into alignment. Maybe initially you are just anxious and confused or whatever it is, but when you meditate, you come to a state where your vibration rises and all the resistant thoughts move away and you come into alignment. So make this vibration that you currently have active and make that dominant part. Make it dominant and make it stay as long as you can. Okay, so make this vibration active until that becomes the dominant one and the easiest one to get into alignment with. Now you can get into alignment even with small things like playing with your pets. If you have a pet, when you play with your pet, you're getting into alignment. When you are just watching a match, you're getting into alignment. When you are listening to music, you're getting into alignment. There are simple ways in which you can get into alignment, and you can attract the manifestation towards you. You can raise your vibration. So find out the easiest way for you to get into alignment with who you are, and then begin to live life as you are viewing it through the eyes of Source. So you start viewing from the eyes of Source. When you are in alignment, you begin to view everything from the eyes of Source. Okay, so this is step 3. Now step 4 is when you are not in alignment, you are expanding, and there is no reason for you to get upset about. There's definitely no reason for you to get upset about when you are anxious or when you are stepping out of alignment, because that is one way of expansion. So when you are asking something from the universe, that's not a bad thing, right? So you are expanding. You see a lot of things happening around you, like a lot of A, B, C, Z, so many things happening around you. And so you ask the universe, can you give me A plus B? Can you give me that? So asking itself is not a bad thing, but you don't have to stay in that stage for a long time. When you ask the universe, you are expanding. Your realm of the area is expanding. So, but you don't linger around this stage for long. You have to come to the receiving mode to receive the manifestation. Okay, so when you are not in alignment, you are expanding, and there is no reason for you to get upset about. Okay, you have to make peace with it. So if you're anxious about something that's not coming to you easily, and it's a good thing in a way, because you are expanding, you're finding out different ways of doing this, and you are making peace with the situation that's around you. You're making peace with it. Okay, so you have to make peace with it, and without the contrast, new ideas wouldn't be born. Now if the expansion wouldn't have happened, if these anxious kinds of thoughts wouldn't have happened, these new kind of ideas wouldn't have occurred to you at all. So there is a reason behind why at times you are you are stepping out of alignment. Maybe 95% of the time you are aligned, but could be the 5% of time that you are stepping out of alignment. That is a good thing, because in that state you are expanding, you are getting new ideas, and you are exploring the different contrasts and then choosing the best out of the lot. Okay. So without the contrast, new ideas wouldn't be born, and without the expansion, we all would cease to be. For example, if you were to ask the universe for something and the universe just delivers it to you instantly, would there be any kind of expansion happening to you? No, right? So when you ask for something from the universe says, yes, you asked me A, but I have A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, up to A, Z. I have 26 different kinds of choices for you. Which is the one that you choose? Because if you were stuck with A, and A, you wouldn't have explored the different contrasts that are available to you, and you wouldn't have expanded. So it's a good thing when you are in a non-aligned state for a while, because this is the stage when you are asking the universe, when you're exploring the universe, you are exploring the different varieties and contrasts that are available to you, and this is the time that you are getting new ideas. So as soon as you realize that you are excited about a certain idea, when you are in this anxious state, you are getting into alignment because you are excited about it, you're looking forward to it, and then you land into a receptive mode and the universe delivers it to you. Okay, so guys, this is the manifestation technique known as non-alignment leads to expansion. I'll get back to you next week with one more manifestation technique. Stay tuned, and bye for now. Bye.